Hola estudiantes, en este video vamos a hablar del Proyecto 3. In this video we're going to talk about Project 3, a final speaking conversation assessment and class reflection. So for this project, you'll develop your Spanish conversational skills, your cultural competence, and your cultural humility. You prepare speaking notes and then record yourself having a conversation with your instructor, me, a classmate, a friend, a support instructor, yourself, or even an AI chatbot. There's several different options for you. Then after your conversation, you reflect on your learning throughout the entire class and complete the course. In this project, you'll learn about cross-cultural communication, how to ask questions, how to share information, feelings, and opinions, and you'll also learn more about using the past, present, and future in Spanish. So here's where you connect with someone else and have a live conversation in Spanish. So how this works is that there are several different project tasks. One of the first things you need to do is read this project overview, description, rubric, and templates related to the project, and then choose an option from this choice board below. So you can choose to speak with a family member, a friend, or a classmate. You can choose to speak with me, the instructor, and reserve a meeting with me as early as possible. You could set up a meeting with a support instructor. You could do a role play where you record yourself individually having a conversation as if you're playing multiple characters. You could also do this with an artificial intelligence chatbot like ChatGPT. You could ask the chatbot to become a Spanish speaker and then converse with you as if you were having a Spanish conversation with a Spanish instructor. And for each of these, you can submit an audio. The video is optional, but you can support the audio of yourself having the conversation. If you choose to complete this with me or a support instructor, you don't have to submit a recording of yourself having the conversation. But the idea is for you to do your best. That's why the rubric here is pretty open-ended on how you are scored based on your speaking. I understand that there's different comfort levels with speaking conversations and different skill levels in Spanish as well. So you want to practice interpersonal communication, practice sharing information, reactions, feelings, and opinions in Spanish, also asking questions to clarify meaning and learn from others. In addition to that, you should practice communication across time frames. So practice using present, past, and or future tenses. You also are working on some of your presentational skills. So you converse about a variety of topics and that are not limited to but include life, hobbies, area of study, past events, and future plans. So this is where you are communicating information or perhaps presenting information about yourself or others. Then there is intercultural communication, where you talk about culture, share examples of cultural products, practices, and perspectives from your own culture or the cultures of others and learn from one another, enhancing your cultural humility and your cultural competence. So in week 6, you'll want to finish this speaking project, and then in week 7, you should reflect on your learning, complete the final class reflection journal. So when we look at those project tasks, you should read and watch the videos and activities about Spanish conversation skills, cultural competence, humility, and then review some of the activities about past verb sentence starters. Once you prepare your speaking notes, then you complete your conversation. After you complete your conversation, submit Major Project 3, the recording of yourself at the end of week 6, and then by the end of week 7, reflect on your learning, add 3 new words to the word cloud, and say goodbye to classmates in the final class Padlet. So there's where you can see the different activities that you complete, past verb sentence starters, and some of the activities about cultural humility and speaking conversation tips. Right here is where you submit your recorded conversation. Right here is where you complete the final learning reflection journal. And then here's where you add new words to the word cloud and say goodbye to your classmates in the final class Padlet. So that is how this class wraps up. Make sure that you definitely reserve a time or a meeting time with me as soon as possible for Project 3 if you plan on completing it through a conversation with me via Zoom. Thank you. Adios.